Hello, welcome to the world of Zaxis. This is a Minecraft realm, and as such it's on the latest upgrade. This video is a quick tour of what is a very large world. We probably won't cover it all within the 5 minutes I've decided to do for this video, and I'll probably do some more at a later date. So the best way for us to go and see a world this big is to zoom around it flying, although obviously the ground experience is probably the best way if you've got time. So this is the Bank of Zaxis. It's fully populated with furniture and such like, and underneath there's a vault and various other bits and pieces. That's the Zaxis planning department. This is the old city. This is the an entrance to the Blue Line. The Blue Line is one of the 2 subway systems that go throughout the whole world. This is the entrance to the old city. We have various buildings of different types. Something's burning then there. So that's the weapons place. Underneath there's various labs. Underneath the old city there's an extensive sewer system, which we'll have a look at once we've just jumped around the top of it. We've also got a lot of these buildings have got furniture, but some haven't. That's the cathedral, which is fully populated inside and has got various vaults and underground things which are quite interesting. You call them a portal to another zone. So that's the cathedral. I think we can get out for one of these doors here. This is the merchant's quarter with a various houses of various descriptions. There. Over here we've got a little turret castle with little guns that you can fire at the far away. When they were built there was nothing over there, but there is now, so firing these would probably cause a little bit of damage. What we can see over there is actually part of the Blue Line going underneath the water, and the Blue Line links into Aqua City, which is an extensive underwater city, which also has the Red Line, which is the other kind of thing on it. These turtles were started by a friend of mine. She got them reproducing, and now they infect the Aqua City and quite a lot of the area, but it's just a shame to kill them, so live and let live, as you say. This is part of Aqua City. I was going to concentrate, in fact, on the old city, so I won't move in this direction too much. Oops. And maybe at some point we'll go inside Aqua City and have a look around. It's again pretty populated entirely inside with underground biomes and hab blocks and central city area. So we come down to the docks. Now I must confess this steampunk type boat wasn't something I created. Okay, I downloaded it along with some other steampunk stuff, which we'll have a look in a second. Oh, I also created some as well, but that's the steampunk area is one of the main things I depend on the talent of others to put together. It's pretty good actually, it's worth having a look. But this industrial area that goes down into the warehouse and such like I created, including the internal warehousing systems and a shaft that goes underground to a secret underground place, which I don't think we'll get a chance to have a look at today. Let's shoot outside and we come across the brewery, this other side of the cathedral. In the brewery there's a complete brewing system, and there's a puzzle where you have to kind of work your way through all the pipes and such like to find somewhere. This is the college or the university. I can't remember what this thing is called, but it's where you have music recitals and such like. And then there's the actual full theatre on this side. That's the principal's house on the right. Oh, and this is the market, where you can buy your goods and such like. That's a cafe. Still needs to have some thing set up. Oh, another entrance to the Blue Line subway. So I mean, we can go into the university or the college. Okay, and if we go up here, we can see the auditorium and various plays and such like. In fact, now obviously backstage we can go down to the dressing rooms, which aren't actually populated, but the reason why I'm going this way is because this is one of the many entrances to the extensive under-city sewer system. Now I think it might be a bit dark in here, and that's obviously intentional. Okay, even though I've got brightness turned up, well, it's not too bad here because there's a roof, but I think I will eat some night fishing. There you go, just to give us a bit of light there. Okay, there's all sorts of secret places in here. That route goes straight underneath the cathedral, and then there's this thing here. These paths all head out somewhere. That leads out to the river, and we have entrance into the back of various buildings and such like. And there's an entrance as well. This system goes on for a very, very long way, and it's very extensive, and it's on multiple levels. And rumour has it, somewhere deep down under the whole thing, there's a Murloc city. Okay, which you might be able to have a look and find if you know where you're looking. Now, one of the things we can do, that's leading to another part of the city, I think, is we can go back to another entrance into the college, which is on the other side, which I think, if I recall, oh, there it is, it's up there. There you go. So this is the college entrance, and I should be able to squeeze in here. And underneath here we have, apart from a few unpleasant things, a magical centre there, and an experimental portal to the Nether there. And the Nether is a whole new ball game. This is a labyrinth of doors and passageways and such like. So I'm just going to try and get out of here and go up back to the college proper. Otherwise we'll never, in fact, see the rest of the old city. So up we go. And through the door. And into the back of the college. This is the library. Okay, which is reasonably extensive. Okay, there's a quadrangle. I think we can get out onto here. There you go, onto the quadrangle. So we'll leave the university alone. There's a Zen temple for people into Zen-y stuff. That's an art gallery with various weird and wonderful modern art things, which that's not to everybody's taste. Here is the courts, okay, with various courtrooms and things. Several legal dramas setting up in there. We've done the brewery, a little bit of old terrace housing there. This is the town hall. Oh, and this is the castle. Okay, which is one of several castles in the world. Okay, this is the stone castle. There's also an ice castle, a fire castle, and various other bits and pieces on there. Oh, that's a sports stadium. Okay, it's got lots of different sporty things in there, including a football pitch, and which in theory rises up so that you can bring the ice hockey pitch up. There we go, which is below. Okay, which is always a good laugh. And then throughout the rest of the building there's pretty much any sport that I could imagine. Like there's a running track down here, and then there's several swimming pools, there's tennis. Oh, this is some form of dojo for martial arts. There you go. Number 8, significant to Eastern cultures, I'm told. And there we go through here, and I think we can see the indoor and outdoor pools with the water slides. So there's some water slides there. Some guests enjoying the facilities. There's a couple of water slides which are quite good fun. And there's an Olympic pool there, and there's a sauna and jacuzzi, and there's a lower pool with all sorts of water fun and such like. Good day out for all the family. So parking lot for the sports centre. Moving forward again, there's ways into the underworld. Okay, through these shafts and such like, but we're going to come across to the canal now. So there's lock gates and a canal system. The canal system goes through the docks, and this is a merchant's warehouse with barges and such like, and a little kind of loading system. And this little train track has been going around continuously for about 5 years. Inside the warehouse there's all sorts of goods and things that you can buy. Well, actually you can put on barges and such like, and crane systems to move them around and so forth. Filling the water. Right, there's another entrance to this sewer system over there somewhere. This is kind of herbarium, something like that. Basically it's like an indoor park, all overlaid. Then we've got nice little house there. This is a temple, and the dragon temple, and that's got its own secrets and rituals and such like. It's a little sports house there, and this little quarter has got lots of different houses with different functions. Every single one of them is individually a nuclear design. Oh, well, this is a tower that a friend of mine also did, which in fact they didn't do it on this server. If I recall, they did it on another server and I imported it, but I quite liked it, obviously. Right, that strange building there is like some sort of crazy mansion. It has all sorts of teleports and systems in there, and it's a labyrinth inside, and there's a certain very odd way you can get to the top for various things. It's kind of like a rumpus mansion. We have a department store, obviously. This zone here is still under development. Okay, and there's various armour shops and furniture shops and a bed shop. There you go. And this is a general department store. And I think there's a cafe in that complex as well. So it's a mall, really, in an American language. And here we have a farm, a dairy farm, and the dairy farm has cows in it, as you'd expect, and chickens and pigs, so probably a general animal farm. And there they are, all being milked and things. Okay, this is one of many bridges and structures for the actual railway system. This is different from the subway. There's an overland railway system that we'll have a look at. And there are roads that go all the way over the world. Okay, so let's go and have a look at here. As you see, this is a house under construction. There you go. The railway system goes around here and through here. And this is the back end of the canal system, which is quite extensive and goes over that way somewhere. This is in the kind of mountain Italian village style. Okay, I did call this area something, and I can't remember what it is, but the Knights Templars have got their base here in this church. Okay, and there's all sorts of secrets on the church. I don't know if I can get in that way, because it's a puzzle to get in, so I'm going to cheat. And oh, I can probably put night vision on again and go in through the back door. Okay, so this is the secret place underground with various things. Oh, this here links to the sewer system as well. Okay, and we'll go out and up into the church, and there's various knights, the Knight of the Wave and heraldry and stuff, and there you go. So you can be a member of the Knights Templars and have all their nice gear. Getting out is much easier than getting in. Some of the properties around here are fully populated with furniture and such like. Others not. It's a continual process. That's the castle again. I think we've seen that. So have you pretty much done everything? That leads to the lock system on the other side. I think we've pretty much done everything in the old city. apart from obviously seeing the Undercity. Oh, there you go. This is another part of the Undercity under construction, which is under this entire area as well. So what we're going to do is we're going to head over this way. There's a little gateway over there, road system. I think that goes somewhere as well. This world is so extensive that sometimes I forget what's on it. Okay, so we're going to follow this road here and head over to the Elf City. Okay, because there's a big map on the wall of the entire realm, which is easy to get our bearings on it. So a suspension bridge, particularly fond of bridges, so there's quite a few different bridges of different designs on this bridge. This is probably a bit of a nightmare for people driving, but it's a dual bridge with the rail underneath. Okay, so across the bridge. So this area is meant to be a kind of elven area with different elves. There's the sea elves here, which is the most designed aspect of here, with some sort of power thing in the middle, and then one of a few boats that exist on the realm. This is the sea elf catamaran, which was quite good fun putting together. Over here is the forest elf area. Oh, this is the breeding ground for the turtles that my friend created. As you can see, we do have a little bit of a population problem. Okay, so there is a culling system to try and keep under control, but it's not really working. So I might have to think about that before things fall over. This is another part of the extensive railway system that goes out round this sea area. Just wait for the game to catch up with blocks. See forest elves, and over here are the fire elves. So red, blue, and green. Okay, so we're going to go across here. Another little bridge, not one of my best, I must admit. And then this one is quite good fun though, because it raises. So all the mechanics for raising it are in there, and you can actually raise the bridge up here with various controls and buttons. And the light comes on when it's moving and such like. I could show you it, but that's a more detailed look at a later date. So looping back, we have another big canal, a shipping canal, and with a shipping canal, of course, you have to have a ship. So this is a ship, which is in fact complete. I think all areas of that are done. There's a couple of little helicopters on the back, well, helicopter pads and one helicopter. A few bits and pieces. This is the blue line again, and we're coming onto the back of the city now. Over here is the steampunk town, and as mentioned in the boat, quite a lot of the steampunk stuff in here I downloaded and then assembled. I've done some rework inside to make them work, and I've done a few bits and pieces, but I was so impressed by these designs that I decided to create a kind of steampunk village. So there's a flying thing, and there's other thing as well. Okay, that barge down there is mine, and I think this windmill thing may actually maybe I just modified it, but great work by whoever did that. I can't remember. Outside the steampunk thing, we've got another road. This is also part of the steampunk stuff that's I downloaded. Here's a town. Oh no, not a town. This is another railway station and another bridge with a slightly different design. I'm not sure I've ever seen a bridge quite like that. It's a former suspension bridge. If we go down this end, there's a little village. This actually started off as a normal villager village. Oh, and they're populating well, and I've gradually built it up with wooden stuff and such like, and a little keep. It was a really fun thing to kind of carry on building and putting ramps in and such like. Probably ought to name it the village. Okay, back again. Okay, so this is the... Oh, I know what we've got to do. We've got to look at the map. Well, maybe we'll come back to that in a minute. Going through, there's lots of tunnels and railway constructions and such like. And then around the corner, there's a station off there, is the theme park. So most of these rides do actually work to some degree. This is a Ferris wheel, and if you go in there, it will Ferris you around as it should do. Obviously the wheel won't move, but you'll move from cabin to cabin. And the mechanics for that are there. Oops. Okay, that's quite a lot of complex redstone to do that. We'll come to control at some point, I think, and that's got redstone for other parts of the realm. And this is a roller coaster, wooden roller coaster, and then there's a metal roller coaster, and then this is a Towering Inferno roller coaster ride, which actually is quite good fun, actually, because after you end up going in there, the Towering Inferno ride, you actually do drop into this ball of lava. Okay, I won't tell you what happens then. You'll have to come on and experience it. Okay, so there's various other bits and pieces. Underneath there is the Tunnel of Love. Okay, which is here. Okay, and that's got various effects as you go through. It detects where you are and does thing. And there's a redstone system. I think it's up there. It starts off quite fun, but it loses enthusiasm after that because I haven't finished the mechanics yet. Obviously, a tower-y thing, house skelter. That's it, and a water slide. So there's a back road here to a red bridge, which I'm quite fond of actually. I quite like the way that turned out in there. And then an automated farm, because you've got to feed your people. So this is obviously use your imagination rather than reality, but basically it automatically plants farms, and there's a processing system and various vats, and it links up to the main railway system. Okay, I think there isn't much this way, but I might be wrong. Let's have a quick look. I think it does go quite a long way, but the actual zone hasn't got anything in it yet, so I don't think we'll waste our time. Yeah, the fact that the road is incomplete probably is a clue that there's not much in that direction. So let's carry on in this direction. Speed up a bit. So this is a little mountain path. No matter what I did, I couldn't clear the snow out of this. So there's a little traffic light system and an underpass, and that links to the airport. Okay, there's some planes. There's actually a plane up in the sky somewhere as well. Okay, and control tower. The whole airport has a proper kind of in and out route and luggage handling system, which is built into the back of it and so forth. And in addition to that, there's these big doors that could be animated to open, and if we go in there, we will find a very large underground thing with a few fighter jets and helicopters and so forth, and refueling systems. There's a couple of planes there, and again, one of the puzzles you can do is go along the fuel system, and it leads somewhere particularly. Underneath the airport, of course, we do have a car park, and somewhere around here, I'll make it down below. Oh yeah, that's the blue line again, and the blue line obviously links to the airport. So I'll just go through here, and that's the airport car park. Not many visitors today, and over here are the luggage collection conveyors and such like, and arrivals lounges and so forth. And I think we can probably go up into the airport proper, which I think first we'll just go out the out path and into the airport. So the check-in desk, there's a cafe, there's a route to the blue line, there's a few other bits and pieces coming together, and then the whole process of security and such like is through there. And then we have the 7-Eleven, and there's lots of things in there, and underneath the 7-Eleven is some warehousing space and so forth. We have a depot, and that sells everything, basically. Everything you can possibly want, okay, is in a chest in one of the floors of a depot for building and so forth. And there's 3 floors there. So I just leave the depot. That's Spawn over there. Oh, and that's the Spawn Cafe, which is a fully populated cafe. Oh, the aquarium. Yeah, I forgot about the aquarium. That's an aquarium with various exhibits. And what's the quickest way into that? I don't know. The whole idea is the aquarium floats up and down. So there we go. And if we go into it, we'll find that there are turtles, and I tried to get the dolphins to stay in the middle, but they've got a mind of their own, so they didn't, and they kept dying or disappearing. So there's a few empty things, but some fish are very cooperative and stay where they're put and live quite happily in the aquarium. So coming out of the aquarium, this is the Hotel Darb, which is a construct made initially started by a good friend of mine on a server called TCP, where I started years and years ago. And this is a testament to the good times we had together, that I've kept one of his constructs. I've just done some work, like I put a little disco on the top and started filling in the floors and put a gym in and such like. But I do wish I captured more of his work, actually, because he was very good. Okay, but this was years and years ago. This is a central train station, which has train tracks going in various directions and things, and there's a link to the blue line underneath that. I think we've gone that way, so if we go over here, perhaps let's get that's better. It's getting dark again. Okay, so another bridge. So which way first? I think probably this way. And this is the Fire Castle, which is one of the other castles on the server, and it's full of fire and kind of demonic stuff, and has a demonic link. And the blue line, no, the railway goes on this one, and you can get out onto the railway. And there's various places that you really don't want to be, like hanging cages and so forth. If we go up here, and various aspects. Obviously, somebody with a particularly odd view on life would live here. Okay, so out for the main door, and there's a secondary castle as well, and a kind of auditorium and so forth. Now the rail comes out, it goes underneath there, and you can get into it through a station that's buried. And if you follow this one, we go under a tunnel underneath the sea, which is the sea rail tunnel. Now, I'm pretty certain that when we get to the other end of it, it doesn't go anywhere yet. Okay, it kind of comes up again and then stops. Yep, there you go. So we'll go over this way, and eventually that's obviously generated by the system. I think I tidied it up slightly, but not very much. But we should be coming to the ice castles shortly, which I think is somewhere around here. Where are you? Now I'm lost. Oh, what's that? Oh, no, right. Okay, this is part of the skyscraper city. So this is a hotel. Obviously, the rail track goes underneath that, and at the very top of the skyscraper, there's hotel rooms and bars and things, and then a swimming pool. Okay, for the rich and famous. Over here is an office block. This kind of hotel isn't fully populated, but the office block is. So you can spend tedious hours running through computer desks and such like all the way up there. This is another department store, which is only populated a little bit, and this was a kind of game where you'd have to work your way from the top to the bottom. But I think I did a bit, and each one was supposed to be a different theme, and I got up to like here, and then I got bored. So these things at the top I will probably come back and do, or maybe I'll knock it down and start again. This is the Senate, okay, which is the three spheres of government, which is based on a theory I have about a perfect governance system, and that's the Senate of Zaxis, where everything's governed. We already looked at the planning center, okay, where for a multi-server thing you can actually get your rights to build and so forth. That's the front entrance of the sports center, so we're coming back again. So in fact, the that's the foundations of another skyscraper. Here we go. Here's the ice tower, or ice castle, in fact. So this was started as a concept art by another good friend of mine, and I finished it off when she kind of got bored, and she had the ideas, but in the end I finished it, and she's seen it since and she quite likes it, so didn't go too wrong there, I think. But there's all sorts of layers, and again there's a puzzle of how to get to the top of it, and the top of it you get to the ice throne, and with the detection you can get some form of goodie out of it. Okay, so we've got that, which is the sports centre. Now underneath the sports centre, in fact, is a secret experimental area, which I think we'll just pop into quickly. We can find our way down. Okay, so that's the various swimming pools. That's a wave pool, and then underneath there's a massive underground installation which was used to experiment with various redstone devices. So you've got a wave pool. That's where the water slides end up. Oh, and there's water entertainment area. I'm just trying to think of how you get down to how do you get down there? I think probably this looks like a good idea. Yeah, down to a slightly lower level. Oh, there we go. Yeah, this is the blue line. Use the blue line because it's got kind of laser eye, or what it's called, all over the place. And this is the turnstiles, and there's a map of the blue line up there. All the stations are pretty similar. And then I think in order to get into yeah, there's a hole. There's not intended to be one, by the way. That would be sealed up, and you'd have to figure out another way into this complex. But you'd be able to see the complex exists. And this is the central control area. Okay, and the theory is that you have control systems above for the various experimentation systems below. All of the lights around the side can be put into a continuous rotating sequence, but it really slows things down, so I turn it off. And then you've got various redstone experimentations and such like. Another friend of mine is quite good at this sort of thing, so when he invents them, I kind of copy them. So this one here, you can switch it on, it moves things around. I think actually I might have to move it into a certain place. I haven't used it, but the general idea is it pushes it around in a circle and so forth. So now we can get out of here by going through here. Okay, and if you recognise the shape of the cargo pods, you might be able to guess where this comes out in the end. There are various side areas, and there's an underground labyrinth there that leads to a portal to the Nether. Oh, and the end, I think. Okay, and there's various challenges on the city. So there's a little turntable there, so the cargo pods can come down. It is not possible to get through here without flying, so you can get to a certain degree, then you have to figure out a different way down. And if I go up here, this leads back to the surface and back to the docks with that really great steampunk ship thing that I downloaded. There you go. Right, so I'm going to go and pop over to where we were going to go in the Oven City, which has got a map of the place, to see if I've forgotten anything. Oh, I think I have actually. I've forgotten bits around the airport, and there's also a couple of automated farms and greenhouses and such like. So perhaps I'll look at those another day. So, oops, getting a bit dark again. Okay, and in here, in fact we did zoom past it when we first came in, there's a map of the whole system. So what have we got? So that is the fire castle with the link over there. That's the airport. That's the farmland. This area here we didn't really look at, which is another part of the airport. The steampunk village, the Elven City, Old Town, sports arena, spawn, the aquarium. That's it. Doesn't look that big. It's all laid out in a big map like that. Oh, I know what we didn't see. Oh, we didn't see this boat here and this entire area here. Okay, which there's a galleon, there's a kind of a rich mansion penthouse. There's loads of flat systems here, and control actually is there, which I did mention. And control has vast numbers of underground stuff, which controls various things around the realm. And we also didn't see the full extent of the Aqua City, which is all this area here. So in fact, we touched on quite a lot of the world, but there's still quite a lot to cover. So I think I'll call it a day then. I hope you like this quick tour, and if you want me to show you more details, then feel free to like this video. Bye for now.